Welcome, welcome. It's great to have you with me this afternoon here in Mountain Time. So we're just barely after 2 o'clock. And today we're going to cover how to do more in depth on how to do endorsements and how to write recommendations for people. Because I've found that that really works well for me. And I never, LinkedIn teaches you to ask for recommendations. And to me, that's very subservient. Like I just feel like I'm groveling if I'm asking somebody to write a recommendation for me. So what
Yeah.
I do is I take and turn that around and I write recommendations in advance for people. And of course, LinkedIn sends them the recommendation and then they can preview it and accept it or reject it, right? So they will tell me if they want me to make a couple of changes, and so I go and make the changes and send it back to them. And but most of the time they send me a message back thanking me and sending me all kinds of kudos, thanking me for this recommendation, this beautiful recommendation. And then they want to do it back. So they just write a recommendation back. And so all my recommendations that I've gotten on LinkedIn, none of them have been asked for by me. I've just been proactive
Well,
and recommended them. And I've got I think 100, well over 100. I can't remember how many
nice.
recommendations that I've gotten that way. And what it does is it builds your credibility on LinkedIn.
Sure.
So I'm
Absolutely.
going to share my screen now.
Did you say once upon a time that you had a Google Doc that you were willing to share?
Yeah. And you know what? I keep forgetting to upload that for you guys. I'm trying to figure out where to put it. I guess I should put it in a pinned post on the main page, right?
Yeah,
I
probably.
think that might be a good place where everybody can find it.
Sure.
So I'm going to write down here, do a pinned post.
So do you think having recommendations kind of throws you more toward the top of the search list when people search?
Well, that's right. Yeah.
Yep.
Any of the activity on your profile on LinkedIn increases your credibility with the LinkedIn search engines.
Yeah.
And what you want to do is constantly, and that's why I tell you with the skills, right? Where to put your skills. So you
Sure.
want
The
to
search
constantly
words.
think where you can put your skills and how you can get them seen by the search engines without, um, okay, backtracking a bit. When people first started understanding a little bit about SEO, search engine optimization,
Yep.
they started, and even the gurus, so-called gurus, started um, writing these words, these SEO, search engine optimization words,
Yep.
keywords, in other words,
Keywords.
and they would just write them right in the middle of their headline. They would just put a whole bunch of keywords in the headline, didn't mean anything to anybody. And they were
Yep.
everywhere on your LinkedIn profile, they were putting these keywords. Well, then LinkedIn started shutting people down because it just looked ugly. It was awful.
Yeah.
And so I came up with the idea of just putting all of your keywords at the bottom of your about page, where
Sure.
not everybody sees them. Nobody wants to read them, but the search engines see them, right?
That's a good point.
And then use some of those keywords in your descriptions when you describe what your experience is in some of your experience, or when you describe your education, find a way to add some of your keywords in there. But you don't have to put a whole like keyword, comma, keyword, comma, keyword, comma. That's what they were
Right.
doing in the beginning, right?
Stuffing with keywords. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to find I can never find my correct LinkedIn, and I meant to have this all set up for you guys. I think that might be it.
So you have more than one LinkedIn?
I only have one. LinkedIn only allows you to have one. If they ever discover that you've got more than one profile, you're going to be up the creek without a paddle because they'll shut them both down.
Okay. Well,
I,
you just correct LinkedIn. That's why I asked that.
yeah. So I've just got the one. The only time I've ever tried to set up another LinkedIn profile was a couple months ago when I thought I'd been hacked. And
Yeah,
actually, what it was is LinkedIn shut me down for 2 weeks as a penalty because I had put an ad on LinkedIn. There's a place where you can run ads for jobs,
yep,
and I used the legacy building program. And they don't like you to use network marketing programs or legacy building programs like that, those kinds of programs. And so that's why they shut me down, is because of the jobs.
mm,
And I got really angry because I was on a paid platform, and what that did is it dug into the fact that I'm paying for this, and now I can't use it, right?
right.
So I haven't gone back on the paid platform.
Yeah,
Okay, this is my LinkedIn
yeah.
page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do Terry. And I'm going to go into Terry's profile. Hope you don't mind me using you as a guinea pig here.
That's okay.
It's all good, good intentions.
Yep.
So
I
don't,
contacted support too about not being able to log in on my laptop, and I
yeah.
still haven't heard from them either.
Oh, darn. There must be some kind of a glitch in the works somehow.
I have a question.
I
And
might have an answer.
this is nothing personal, nothing against you, Terry. This is just my opinion. I like the under your headline or whatever under your name. I like the words you've used and things like that. But it kind of strikes me as a lot under the name. Maybe if you only had one or two lines, you know what I'm saying?
Well, you have
Just my opinion.
220 characters available to you.
Okay, I'm just asking if you think that's too much right there. But
No, she's probably used all 220
okay,
characters.
okay. I mean,
That's,
that's
yeah,
like I said, nothing personal. I just wondered. That was how it
yeah.
struck me.
Now, it used to be you only had, if you set everything up on a computer, you only had 120 characters available to you. And then I discovered that you could use 220 characters. We have somebody else coming in. You could use 220 characters in your headline if you did it on your phone.
Really.
Welcome, Stephanie. Great to have you here. So if you set it up on your phone, then you could save it. You could edit and save the 220 characters. So what I would do is I would go into my Word document and because on your Word document, you can see how many characters are in there in your copy.
Sure.
And so I would make sure that I created something this is before Chat GPT. Now I
I was
just
gonna
put it
say,
into Chat GPT and say,
yeah, I was gonna say you could use Chat GPT
yeah,
now.
yeah. And you can tell it how many characters you want, and it'll set it up in that number of characters or
Yeah,
less.
yeah.
It's beautiful. And then you save it on your smartphone, and then when you opened it up on your computer, you had the 220 characters in your headline. And so I learned years ago how to work around that. But I think what they've done, because it looks like, because a lot of my clients are just going and setting it up on a computer and they're putting their 220 characters in there on the computer now. So I think that that might have been a little glitch that they discovered in the
Mm.
works. So I really like what you've done with your background banner, Terry. You've done so well. I am not very techie with my phone, and I'm just so impressed.
That's good.
This is
Well, I
really
made up
great.
four of them just in case I decided I wanted a different look.
Yeah, you did great. It's great to have this on here. Okay, so we're going to go right down to where your skills are. Oh, so I just want to show you quickly while I'm here. So this is Terry's about page. So what Terry needs to do is have all her skills listed as specialties, which she has done. Whoa, you just make my heart sing. You're
I
doing
try
what
and pay attention.
you are. You're paying lots of attention. So these are her skills, and they are the same thing as keywords that you would use for SEO, search engine optimization. And like I was saying earlier, we need to have all these skills listed at the bottom of our about page so the search engines can find them. They're not for other people to read. We're just putting them there so the search engines know where they are because it ranks your profile higher. If you don't use your skills as keywords and use them as often as you possibly can, hiding them in some of your descriptions, the the search engines push you down to the bottom of the ranking. So you want to push yourself as high as you can get in the search engine rankings. And that's what search engine optimization is all about.
So you're saying you need use those keywords in your descriptions. So are you
Yes,
talking about on each of your posts?
that's right. So in your descriptions on your uh like when you describe experience, all your different experience, try and find a way to fit some of those keywords in there. Don't list them like you did on your about page. You can only get away with that on your about page. You just want maybe two or three in each one of your descriptions that you have. So your description for your experience, your description for your education, your description for your certificates that you have, if you've got certificates that you've listed on your profile. So wherever you have a description that you can put in to describe what you've been doing or how you can help people through that, try and use some of your skills there. So I'm going down. So here's experience. So there is a place when you edit this where she's got 11 skills listed here. That's pretty good. So if you can figure out how to do it so that it fits in and reads smoothly, so it's not just keyword, comma, that kind of thing. So we're going to endorse Terry for affiliate marketing. And I already endorsed her for customer satisfaction. Okay, so then I'm going to go in, because I'm in her profile and I have her permission, I'm going to use this messaging program here. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to leave her a message. First, I've got to get into my blurbs. And this is the one I use all the time. And this is just going to give you, you don't have to do the survey. I'll tell you, the surveys that I have are, I don't monitor them at all. They are purely for your own information. And they're free. You can go in and do these surveys. There is a place where you can go and join if you want to join. This is the Nexus savings program where you can save on everything you buy and gas and all that kind of thing. But you don't have to join it. You can just go and do the survey for free, right? And if you don't want to do the survey, then all I ask is that you reciprocate and give me a couple of endorsements back, right? So this says, hope you're doing great. Gave you some cool endorsements on LinkedIn. I used to think that endorsements were totally bogus. Then LinkedIn hit me over the head with a virtual 2x4. I realized their value and started reaching out to my network. Been checking out how people make money effortlessly by saving on their normal day-to-day purchases. And there's that link for the survey if you want to check it out. And here's the thing. If you end up getting on my email list, just go down to the bottom and unsubscribe if you're already in the legacy program with me. But you can stay on there and just watch some of the work that I'm doing with my newsletters as well. Online is the key to building all types of businesses these days. If you prefer not to check out the survey, feel free to simply return the endorsement. Thanks a bunch. Can't wait to catch up. Cheering your success, Christine. So that's what I send when I endorse people. And so I'm going to go, I've copied it. So I'm going to get out of this, go over to my LinkedIn, and I'm going to paste this in here. And I'm not going to even put your name on there, Terry, because you're seeing me do this. And so and then this is all attached to the link that I've got the survey set up on. And it is set up to register with system.io. So that's how you do a proper, to me, it's a proper endorsement because you need to say something about what you've done for them and tell them just a teeny bit about your story and in a relatable way to them. And when you do these endorsements, you wait at least 6 days before you send them an endorsement because, like I've mentioned many times before, people were connecting with me way back in 2011 when I first started using LinkedIn and 2012, and they would connect with me. They'd be from some place in another country in the world, and I had no idea who they were. And they would endorse me right afterwards. And I was insulted because I thought, they don't know me. They haven't even had coffee with me. They don't know me. And I was telling all my people not to endorse people right away after they connect with you because to me that was very rude. And so then when I got invited to a LinkedIn workshop, I was totally blown away because at the end of the workshop, they invited me up to the stage to receive a special award. And you'd guess what that special award was for? Having the most endorsements of anyone in British Columbia. I was living in Vancouver at the time. So that I about fell off the stage. And I was so embarrassed because I had clients who were sitting in that audience. Anyway, that's my story. So I'm going to close this down. And what you do is so what I've been doing is the first person on the list, when I click on my network here, um, I don't want to lose Terry's profile. I'll go into mine. It's okay. So if I go into my network, and then you click in the connections in here, so Kurt has been connected to me for 1 day. So I'll send you the endorsements in a few days here.
Sure.
And you can all you heard the spiel. I don't need to
Yeah,
repeat it again.
all right.
So I started with yesterday, I started with this one here, Maxwell Baker. And what I do is I write in my day timer. I have a physical day timer on my desk that's all marked out every day. And it's like an appointment day timer. And I put right in at the very top who the first person was that I wrote a recommendation for, or not recommendation, that I did an endorsement for, so that I know where to stop at, right? So then once this gets up to 6 days, these get up to 6 days, then I will just start with the one that's on 6 days, and then I won't go past Maxwell Baker, right? Because I'll know he's the last one or the first one from the previous day that I endorsed. Get my drift?
Yep.
That way I don't get lost. So that's the endorsement. So I'm going to go now into writing a recommendation. So I'm going to go, let's go down to my profile, go home. And go into I guess I need to go into my profile. And I'm going to scroll down. So here's your recommendations. And you can show all pending recommendations. So if you click on this, you'll see recommendations that people have sent you that you haven't. So these are some fairly new ones. Wow, cool. Some new recommendations that have come in. And if I want to ask for a recommendation, I can do that. That's what LinkedIn wants us to do. But I always click on give a recommendation, okay? And then you want to search for the person that you want to give a recommendation for. So let's see. Oops.
I
Oh,
think it's Tina Hill with an A. I
TA, okay.
believe so, yeah.
Maybe she doesn't have a LinkedIn profile.
No, might not.
So we'll do one for Terry. There we go. And the relationship. So it gives you a whole bunch of choices here. I managed Terry directly. I reported to Terry. You were senior to Terry, but did not manage directly. Terry was senior to you, but didn't manage directly. You worked with Terry. Terry worked with you. Terry worked with you, but at a different at different companies. Terry was a client of yours. Terry, you were a client of Terry's. You taught Terry. You mentored Terry. You and Terry studied together. So I'm going to put here, I mentored Terry. So you can choose. There's a lot of selection there, isn't there? Okay, let's see here. Chief Executive Officer, Sales and Marketing Specialist, self-employed, student at college, Redwoods. Let's do this. Add recommendation.
Fancy word, subsidize.
Um,
I'm just teasing.
hmm. Oh, here's Angela coming in. Hello, Angela. Welcome, welcome, Angela. It's good to have you. Okay, so when you're looking for a way to subsidize your income simply and easily using fully automated marketing systems, I'm going to put online. I'm going to put using fully automated online marketing system. Please take a look at Terry Crawford.
Well, thanks for the plug.
Okay, so I'm going to go. I don't have any typos in there, I don't think. I think we're good. So I'm going to click send. Okay, so now it's up to you. When you get that, it'll take you a few minutes for it to get to you, Terry.
Okay.
And you will get a message in LinkedIn. I think it'll come through the either the messaging or the notifications, one of those two. And then you just send me a response back because it'll ask you to approve it or to ask for an update.
Okay. I have a question. Since I'm still working on getting connections and I haven't quite hit 200 yet, if
Mhm.
I send out recommendations to the ones that I already have, will that give me kudos with LinkedIn when I don't have the 500 plus?
Oh, yeah, it will. Any activity that you can do on LinkedIn that drives the or move, puts the attention of the search engines on you is good. But here's the thing, don't go and write a recommendation on people you don't know, right? It's a little bit more strict than the endorsements. The endorsement you can kind of get away with not having a virtual coffee with someone, but that's why I wait for 6 days because that's sort of it seems to be the waiting period that people accept that and they think that you've already had a chance to review the profile and so it's okay to get a recommendation or an endorsement. Blah, 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 my tongue tied. That so then it's okay for you to endorse people after you've been connected for at least 6 days. But with the recommendations, those are more like you want to give a recommendation on somebody that you've actually had conversation with, that you've maybe had a virtual coffee with kind of thing, and that you actually know them. So if it's somebody that has connected to you through the Legacy Builder program or through a network marketing program and you know them through that, you can endorse them through the program that you know them through, right? You understand?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. Are there any other questions before I move forward? Okay, so I've received a recommendation here and I'm going to add it to my profile. So when you get this in, you'll get notice that you received this and you have to, and then there's Lori and she's requested a recommendation, right?
Hmm.
Now, I don't remember getting this from her. This is back in 2018, and I remember her name. I vaguely remember her.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. I wasn't doing very good. Hi, Christine. Can you write me a recommendation? Cool. So what I would have to do with her is go back into her LinkedIn profile and check out her profile. And this is exactly why I don't request people to write recommendations because they're not top of mind. I went to some networking meetings with Lori. I remember that. We were both part of a networking organization where you sit down to lunch kind of networking.
Yep.
And so it's been since before COVID that I had any communication with this person. So I'll deal with this later. So does anybody want to try writing a recommendation on their profile right now? Do you have somebody that you've done business with or that you'd like to send some kudos their way? Because me accepting that first recommendation from Kim, that just came to me a few days ago.
I don't really have anybody this time, or I would.
Okay. So there's Terry.
Yeah, all the ones that are my connections are just because I've been picking out connections. I don't really know anything
Yeah.
about them.
Yeah. So when you start getting to know people better, and you have people that you feel like you can say something that's sheds some positive light on them, that's that's the time. Now, with Kim, um, I'm going to write a recommendation back. So this is on. In fact, I have a meeting with Kim right after this meeting. There we go. Recommend Kim. Relationship. Well, he's mentoring me and I'm mentoring him. He knows YouTube really well, so I'm not sure which one to do here. Uh, Worked with Kim in the same group. Okay. And consulting specialist. Okay, wondering how to, okay, do you want to make your YouTube pay you money? Wondering how to make YouTube pay for you or pay you? Reach out. Okay, I'm going to click send. And we'll see what Kim has to say about this. Okay, so now I've sent him a recommendation. So you get the idea?
Yep.
You have to write the recommendation from within your own profile, right? So, and so you think, sit down and make a list of some of the people that you know that you've done business with in the past, or been at network marketing, not network marketing, but networking meetings with. And some of those people might be really good for you to reach out to and write recommendations for. And another thing I want to remind you, because you only have 3 seconds to create that stop the scroll on LinkedIn. It's the same basically with all social media profiles. You only have 3 seconds to grab their attention and get them to stop their scroll. And one of the ways to do that is to have not only have your profile set up beautifully at the very beginning, but see what he's done with his profile. It says one, protect it, less than 34 some dollars a day, 0.34. Yeah.
Cents a day.
Yeah. So this guy had no tech just a couple months ago, and he's just new to the Legacy Builders program. And he's learned some really great ways. And in less than 2 months, he's got his YouTube into a paying platform. It pays him money.
Hmm.
Yeah. So does anybody have any specific LinkedIn questions that they'd like to ask? One of the things that we need to do on a daily basis, I'm going to go through my list here with you guys. I have a special list that I've put together. Oh, I had a special list that I put together. Okay, every day, this is your daily routine. Write some notes down here.
Yep.
Number one, you log into your LinkedIn profile every day and check your messages. Make sure you're on top of your messages. So you can check your messages in two places, right in here at the very top, or you can check your messaging down here. There's a little pop-up menu down at the bottom. You see that pop-up?
Yep.
I like to use this messaging up here because look at you can click on unread and it'll bring all the unread people up here.
Yep.
So you can respond to them all. So late last night, I responded to all these people, and now they've got messages here for me. And then you can go and click on focused, and it'll change the focus, right? But I really like to stick with the unread. So once we're finished here, I'm going to go in and double check all these unread. Yesterday I had over 20 um uh, was it something like 24 people that I sent out messages to. And then check your notifications. Go into your notifications tab. That's number two. So number one, check your messages. Number two, check your notifications and respond to some of the people that have responded to your posts on here, right? So you go through and respond to all of these because yesterday, either Tuesday or Wednesday, every week, that's number three, you publish a LinkedIn article. So number one, check your messages. Number two, check your notifications and respond to those. And number three, check your or publish an article. So if you want to publish an article, you go here to the home button and see up here where it says write article. You click on write article and it walks you through the whole process. So
Cool.
depending on what my topic is, because I was born and raised on a ranch, and at one point in my married life, I was living on a ranch and breaking horses, and that was what I grew up knowing what to do because I grew up without tech. I have been mixing in some of my ranching stories with business. And one of the things that I emphasize is, so you feel really tired today, you don't feel like doing anything, you don't feel like posting anything. Well, I can't tell you how many times on the ranch gotten up in the morning. I didn't want to get up when my alarm went off at 6 o'clock in the morning and go feed the cattle. I felt sick to my stomach and dead to the world because I'd been working so hard hucking bales the day before. But you can't do that on the farm or on the ranch. You have to feed your animals no matter what. It has to be done every day. They have to be fed every day. It's the same thing with your online business. There's no excuses. You have to do it every day. There's certain steps that you need to take every day. And if you do everything that I suggest, check your messages, check your notifications, and respond and publish an article once a week and repurpose that article in all the groups that you belong to. That's number four. So those four key things.
I have a question. Hi,
Yes,
my name is Stephanie. I have no connections, no nothing. And I'm just on here just trying to figure out how to even start. And you said that I am to write an article once a week.
yes.
Okay. And that's it. What about posts?
Okay, this is why you write your article because
What?
yeah. So are you on TikTok?
No.
Okay. I am on TikTok and you don't have to be on TikTok. You can be somewhere on a different platform like YouTube. And you need to create 3 posts a day. So that's number five, 3 posts a day to go out on all your social media platforms. And they all have to be different. Well, like for instance, you got 3 posts going out on LinkedIn. They all have to be different. Each of those posts has to be different. But you can post those same 3 posts on Facebook, right? And they're because you've already done them on LinkedIn, that you'll have different followers on Facebook. And the same with Instagram. Take those same 3 posts and put them on Instagram. You might need to reshape them a little bit because Instagram is a little different. Okay. You can take those same 3 posts and put them on Pinterest. You can take those same 3 posts and put them on X. It used to be called,
Twitter.
yeah, yeah. We'll call it X now. I forgot what it used to be called. Um,
Twitter.
yeah, Twitter.
And what you saying that you put 3 posts on multiple platforms? Is that what you're
Yes, I
saying?
do. Yes, I do.
A day. Okay.
And here's why. And I don't put them on bang, bang, bang. I've got them scheduled to go at, here's the key times that I was always taught to post on social media. 8 a.m. when people are on their way to work, they check their social media. 10 a.m. coffee break, they check their social media. 2 p.m. is another coffee break, people check their social media. 4 p.m. people are going home from work. 7 p.m. is after dinner in the evening. So those are the 5 key times to be posting on your social media platforms, on all of your social media platforms. And as you do that posting on a regular basis for whatever business it is that you're trying to promote online, you, how do I explain this simply? You'll start to see a pattern develop on each of your platforms. You'll start to see when people on your that are connected to you in social media, you'll start to see when they're on checking their social media posts, right? And the reason you post at those 5 key times is because it stretches out a few hours in between each post. So each post does not fight with any of your other posts. Because if you post them too close together, then they fight with each other. And you don't get that. What happens is the search engines don't know where to put you, and they'll push you down to the bottom. So you want to be able to have the search engines raise you up as high as you possibly can be raised in the search engine recognition. Does that make sense?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. So that when you publish an article on LinkedIn, that is also used as one of your posts. So once a week, I write an article and I use ChatGPT, but I tell ChatGPT what I want them to write about, right? I put a little outline in there and tell them what I want to write about. And then I will read through it and see if it's close enough. And if it's close enough that I can just do a few edits after I get it up into my article area, I'll copy it and paste it in here where you see this flashing cursor thing. Um, you and then go in and edit it so that it sounds a little bit more like you. And my articles, let's see, I'll get one out here for you. And then and I go on to Canva and I create a thumbnail. Now they have the YouTube thumbnails on there. There's different shapes that they have on Canva. Do you guys use Canva?
A little bit.
Yeah. Canva
I
you can
do.
use for free. And I always choose the thumbnail. I use the thumbnail, the YouTube thumbnail for everything. It seems to fit all the different posting platforms and all the different social media. I like to keep things as simple as possible for myself because I'm not techie, guys. I've had to learn all this stuff. I'm 76 and I'm really actually quite proud of myself that I'm doing this, this
Oh,
techie stuff.
good for you.
And so I know that you can all do this. Everybody can learn this. It's a mindset. You have to tell yourself, you can learn it. You can learn it. Don't let your mind stop you. Just push forward a little bit every time. And I see so many people wanting to go and do techie stuff, and they're not techie, and it's brand new to them. And they just get totally bogged down because they're trying to do it too fast. You have to start really slow and replay. I call it this legacy program that I'm part of that teaches us how to build an email list online. is fantastic because you can play a little bit, stop it, do it on yours, right? Play a little bit more, stop it, do it on yours. I call it my play, stop, do system. And then you can rewind, play a little bit, stop it, and do it on yours. And you can do that as many times as you need to be able to finally get to the point where you can see a pattern and it becomes familiar. And then you don't feel like you're in stuck city with
Yeah.
your technical stuff, right?
I have one question about the LinkedIn articles.
Okay.
Since I'm stuck having to use my cell phone and it doesn't have an article button, can
Uh-huh.
I just make the size article that they actually consider an article and just make it as a post?
Good
Or
question. That's a really good question. Have you gone to YouTube
yes,
and asked that question, how to publish an article on my cell phone?
yes. And they say at this time it's not an option.
Okay. So use a Word document
Okay.
on your phone. And can you do Chat GPT on your phone?
Yes.
And can you copy from the Chat GPT to a Word document?
Yes.
Okay. So edit it the way you want it, and then create a picture on Canva. And you can go, I'll show you. I'll show you. I won't just explain it to you. I'll just show it to you at the same time. So you
So
go to
you can
home.
just, because I Googled and it said that an article is like 120,000 characters as opposed to a maximum of 3,000 for a post.
Right. So I would just do the 3,000 for a post. And when you ask ChatGPT to write you an LinkedIn, I would just say, please write me a LinkedIn post to the maximum of 3,000 characters.
Right, that's
And
what I do, but I'm
okay,
trying to figure out what to do in lieu of an article because I can't
yeah.
post an
So
article.
you would post it like a post. You click on here
Okay,
and start the post. And then you have to upload the photo that you've made on Canva using the thumbnail.
right.
Or you can also upload a video. So I
Mhm.
will go on to TikTok and because you can make such easy 1 minute or less videos. And then I go copy the link from that video once I publish it on TikTok. I copy the link and put it into my post. I do that on my articles as well. I copy the link to the video that I've created on TikTok and put it right in my article. And that way I've got like I make videos on YouTube as well. And I've got a lot of videos on YouTube. But if I'm looking for a really quick video that is just pertaining to what I'm saying in my post or my article, then it can be a minute or less. And it's just really fast to create it on TikTok.
So you put a video in your article?
Oh, yeah. I
Okay.
always have a video, try to always have a video. The odd time I forget, but most of the time I've got a video in there. And I also have my link at the bottom. If you're ready to get more information and check out my blueprint, join me here. And that's where I've got my ready
Yep. Your
link.
CTA.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm having so much fun with you guys. Feel free to ask if you've got any questions as we're going along here, because I'm going pretty
Okay, I got
technical.
a question. You
Sure.
give them your ready link?
Pardon me?
Did you say you give them your ready link?
Yes, I give them my ready link. That's
Okay, if you give them the ready link, then they won't get the follow-up emails, correct?
well, if they're well, that's a really good point. Really good point.
Because it kind of bypasses the capture page,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
yeah. I'm thinking, yeah, that's a really good point. So I'm going to look into that more. I think you're right. We don't need to put the ready link in there. However, we can do the ready link, but they probably won't get those emails, those 30 emails.
They won't get them.
No, they won't. That's so true.
You can't track them really. So
Yeah. Smart girl. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that was a good question.
You're
Yeah,
welcome.
that was awesome. I'm not 100% right all the time. I'm always open to.
You were wrong
No,
once,
it's
and that's when
okay.
you
It's
thought you were
okay.
wrong.
Well, that's awesome. So, and then here's something else I do every day, and this isn't LinkedIn. This is my email list. One of the things I've learned is that if you don't have an email list, no matter what kind of business you have, it can be network marketing, can be bricks and mortar, can be online, whatever kind of business, we need to have an email list, right? And that was one of the things that people were telling me at some of these sit down to breakfast networking meetings that I was going to in 2011 and 12. And I had no idea how to build an email list. So, you know what I was doing? I was going to these meetings and asking people for their business card and asking them to put a check mark in the corner that it was okay for me to add them to my email list. And you know what my email list was? It was my Gmail.
Ah,
So I couldn't do any more than 50 people at a time. And I had to make it a generic kind of email because I couldn't personalize it, right? But I could have their email in there. So it's and I'm going to tell you one more experience. I sold real estate for a few years. And when you sell real estate and you join a real estate company, they have their own email platform. And
I
they
know what
give
you
you a
mean.
little code so that you can have your own little corner and build your own email list. Nobody else can get access to your email list except the head office, right? So I was with Block Brothers and I was working really hard and I was top seller in Edmonton and that was only because I was doing farms and ranches and they sell for a lot more money. Anyway, so then we moved to Red Deer. Well, there was no Block Brothers office in Red Deer. I had to join Century 21. Well, I couldn't. There was no way to lift my email list off of Block Brothers and put it on to Century 21. I lost my whole entire email list. So then I had to start building an email list from scratch for Century 21. So that taught me a huge lesson right there. So I knew what email lists were, but I didn't have any idea how to set up a platform like what I used at Block Brothers and Century 21. And with this program that we've got with the Legacy Builders, we can sell this program to anybody because everybody in a business, no matter what business you have, you can be a ranching operation, you can be a restaurant, you need to keep in touch with your clients. So if you're not sending an email out once a day at least through your email to all your email list, you're missing out on a whole bunch of business. And that link is not the Ready link. It's the .com link, if you get my drift. So
Yep,
we've got hundreds of realtors who have bought the program and they just buy the $100 program because no matter which program we have, we purchase the 9, the 6, the 3, or the 100. We They all give us access to the same automated email funnel system.
yep,
So we all have the same automations. It's just the access to multiple streams of income and access to the extra training that we can get.
yep.
So I hope that explains a few things.
I have a quick question. What do you use to automate to send to each platform?
Repurpose.
Do you send that automatically? Because I work a job, or do you do this every day at those particular times?
Yeah,
Like schedule,
if you don't have repurpose.io,
repurpose.
yeah, and that's for doing video. So I have repurpose connected to my TikTok, my LinkedIn, my Twitter or X, my Pinterest, and my YouTube shorts. And
Okay.
they're scheduled to go out 3 a day. And I've got them set up through Repurpose to pull the videos that I do on TikTok and post them on all the other platforms
Okay.
at 9 a.m., 12 noon, and 3 p.m. And I purposely chose different times, those times, because I want the 8, the 10, the 2, the 4, and the 7 for my picture posts. And here's a way to I've got all kinds of little shortcut tricks that I've learned. If you do a search online and go to let's see, you search free famous quotes with pictures. I'll show you out right on here. You open up a browser window and you put in free famous quotes with pictures. You just hit enter. Voila, look at that. Can you see? Can you see all those
Yep.
pictures?
Yep.
And then, so what you want to do is you want to narrow it down, right? Because this has got all different topics all mixed together. So free, famous, success quotes with pictures. Now
Yep.
watch, see, they all changed to success quotes, right?
Yep.
So these are all set to go. So what I'll do is I'll select, click on one of them here. I got to get the black bar out of the way here. So the key to success is to focus on goals, not obstacles. So I will take that and put it into ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT to rewrite it with more empathy or to rewrite it with more urgency. So then I can have a blurb. Then I can post this picture as it is, and I have a blurb that I can put with the picture. Because you know, when you do a post in your social media, you have to have a little bit of a blurb with that, with a call to action. So I'll also ask ChatGPT to add a call to action. And then that comes through. So I'm going to show you some posts here. I am so impressed with all my trusting students. I'm just so excited about, let's see, where have I got? I think I might have one in here. Just bear with it here. It just takes a minute. Oh, come on, internet. You're too slow. So I'll go into my groups. I'm going to go into my groups a different way. It's just taking too much time here. So I've got a 6-week program that's starting next Wednesday, the 21st, and it's going to be 2 hours. It's in the afternoon scheduled, and it'll be going for 6 weeks, 2 hours on Wednesday afternoons. And I'll be working with the my 6-week LinkedIn program and working with people who want to set up their LinkedIn profile and get it developed so it starts to work for them and they can start making sales using it. So let's see if I can find um, oh, it just doesn't want to let me in. So what I was going to do is show you some posts that have been made by some people in my networking group, in my Thrivability for Seniors community. Okay, this arrow in the top left. Can you see that? That is your
Yes.
best friend. That's your best friend on LinkedIn. Okay, let's go. I think I've got one in my marketing enthusiasts. See if that'll open up. Now, this is my own group, marketing enthusiasts. Ah, my internet is still on. I don't know why it's not working. Oh, because I wanted to show you.
Maybe do a refresh.
Oh, that's a good idea. Thank you.
Sure.
Okay, now let's see. Ah, voila. So
Yep.
this is my article that I just published yesterday. So it's either Tuesday or Wednesday that I publish. And I was flying from Chicago to Edmonton on Tuesday, so I had to do it on Wednesday. And so I take a copy of blurb somewhere from the article itself and put it as comments and not too much. And then I get the link to my article and I put in 3 to 5 hashtags and I post it. So this is my own group. So I've got it. Every new post I put in every week, I pin it to the top, right? And then I copy all this blurb and with the link and the hashtags, copy that, and then I'll go into all my groups that I belong to. And so if I got network marketing and MLM, I posted in here yesterday. So somewhere down here, there we are. There's my post, right? So I post it once a week in each of my groups that I have. The biggest kept secret to LinkedIn is in the groups, guys. That's the biggest kept secret. There's one of our girls. There's Christy Keeter. She's from the Legacy program. And see what she's done? She's used a thumbnail. That's a thumbnail post. She's got her blurb there.
That's
She's
for
done,
the 90-day sprint, right?
yeah, 10K a month outline. Yeah. Let's see. Got Paul Hamill. He's another one from our Legacy group. And he's taken one of these quotes and put it in Chat GPT. So you see how it works when you do it as a post? Is that clear enough?
Yep.
Okay, awesome, awesome. So
I
that's
I have one quick question. So when you get one of those, what are you telling GPT to say?
okay. So if I go into Chat GPT, I would say, please write a LinkedIn post or a LinkedIn article, right? I'll tell them what it is, and then I'll tell them what I want that article to be about, just briefly. I'll just say,
Okay.
compare it to my ranching life, because ChatGPT gets to know you after a while. And after you tell it a few times, it can put some really beautiful things together and it's all about you. So I've been to asking ChatGPT to include uh, the comparison of ranching life to marketing online. And I have actually written some articles, most of the article actually, on ChatGPT and asked them to reshape it with a little more urgency or with a little more empathy, that kind of thing, and add a call to action.
So when you're posting in these groups, you just have a short part of your article with a link to it, which ends up being in your feed.
That's right. Yeah. And so
So
as
maybe I can
people,
get around it that way.
yeah, that I would post, I would ask ChatGPT to write posts for LinkedIn and give them the number of characters you want.
That's what I do on my
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah. And that would help. Oh my gosh, look at this. The time is gone. Are
Uh,
there any last minute questions here?
I'm still working on my page, Christine.
Ah,
To be honest, I find it like overwhelming, but
just take it slow. Take it really slow, step by step. Um,
but
on
sorry,
one,
all of this is brand spanking new to me.
oh
So,
yeah,
guys, it seems overwhelming to the point where I'm like, oh.
I hear ya. That's how I felt when I first started LinkedIn back in 2011. So I've got the LinkedIn Turbochargers. We meet at 4 o'clock Mountain Time every Monday afternoon, and you're welcome to come and join. It's free for now. I'm going to be doing a relaunch, and all of you golden oldies will be able to still have it for free. And any of the new people that sign up will have to start paying.
Woohoo.
So
Bless you.
When does that
Thank
start?
you.
you're welcome.
When does the paying start? The payment?
Well, I'm hoping to get it to start by the end of this month.
Okay. Because I have somebody who might want to join, and she was
Yeah.
asking if there was a cost or not.
Well, to join the group itself will always be free,
Okay. That's
but
what she was interested
yeah,
in.
the turbochargers, I'm going to keep them very inexpensive. I'm going to keep the turbochargers at about 37 a month. And my LinkedIn Live, I'm going to have that at about 67 a month. And that'll be for all the new people that join. My 6-week program is a one-time program that I'm going to run periodically throughout the year. And that is $47 for the first 10 people who sign up. And I'm setting up an affiliate program in my whole platform so that anybody who brings somebody else in will be able to make 30% commission on anybody that they introduce to my group.
Good for you.
What's the name of that group? Six what?
Um, my group is called Thriveability for Seniors.
No, I'm saying the one that started, he said six something. You
6
said,
weeks.
This meeting that we have right now, this meeting is called LinkedIn. It's a LinkedIn Live event. And my
okay,
LinkedIn Live events will be $67 starting next month.
okay,
And they only meet every other week, every other
okay,
Thursday. But all of you original people, in other words, my old OGs, old guys, will have it for free because you started sooner.
okay.
That's how I'm setting it
Thank
up.
you.
I'm like you guys, a lot of you guys. I'm not very techie and I'm having to learn a lot of this
Oh,
stuff.
come on, Christine. Oh, come on.
But this has been so much fun. Thank you guys for being with me today. And I'm going to, it's being recorded, so I'll get it out as soon as I can.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
You're
Okay, madam,
welcome.
thank you.
Welcome. Bye for now.